Air ratchet wrenches. What I bought and why I bought it. Okay, so let's first talk about regular ratchet wrenches, because to understand an air ratchet, you have to understand regular ratchet wrenches. These are three that I have in my collection from over the years. This one is a Craftsman. This is the American standard. What most people buy, you go to Sears, and this is a good tool. Lifetime warranty, it's a hand tool. You can always get a new one if you break it. These ones, I don't know much about their tool policies. These are both K&D ratchets. To be honest, I like Craftsman a little better. It's what I grew up with. What my dad had me turning wrenches on as a kid. Some neat features you can get in ratchet wrenches, like this one has a swivel tip. Some of them they have extendable shafts, which is kind of nice if you really need that thing, that kind of thing. They have ergonomic handles, all kinds of stuff. So that is socket wrenches. They come in all different kinds of drives. If you guys don't know, I'm sure you do. If you're watching this channel, you probably know all about ratchet wrenches and how they work, and the benefits and drawbacks of that kind of thing. So this video is about air ratchets, what I bought and why I bought it. So the order that I bought these air ratchets in, this was my first one that I ever bought. Okay, I bought the medium 3/8 inch drive here, and the reason I did that, this one was fairly cheap. I got it at Harbor Frieght. Never had any problem with the air tools. I enjoy them. If they break, they're cheap enough to go. Just get another one. And I know that they're going to last a good many years before they do break. I'm not a professional. I don't use them every single day. And even if I did, it might be worth it. It might be worth it to just go and get another one, because I know it's going to last me a good while with the bunch of use that I've put this through. I went with this size drive because I can easily get an adapter like this one and go from the 3/8 to the 1/2 inch or the 3/8 to the 1/4 inch drive and use it very easily for any size application. It's not going to be under or overpowered. It's a ratchet wrench, so you're not meant to torque things down with a ratchet wrench. You're just gonna get them on there wrench tight. That's all this tool is meant to do. It's not a high torque application. It's just wrench tight. That's it. So I could use these very easily and do everything that I needed to do with this one tool. Now, when I went to the store looking to outfit my air toolkit with more options, more capabilities, some of the things I was looking at, the things I didn't like about this tool, the length. It's very, very long, and you can see this one back here, this one I got, very short, okay? So the length, if you're turning this on and you need to get a little extra torque, you can turn it on and turn it like a ratchet wrench, and it won't give. It'll just keep pulling in that direction that you want it to go. So you can get that extra torque by using it as a regular ratchet wrench with the air applied. For something small like a 1/4 inch, you're not going to need that extra torque. So you can go with a tiny short little ratchet like this. And this is very nice. It's very ergonomic. It's got a rubber grip put on there. If it's anything like the quality of this one, then I know it's going to last me a good many years. What else to say about that? Oh, so the length again, too. We're talking about when you're going to need something like this. Most of the time, you're going to be needing something like this. It's going to be under the hood of a vehicle. Or, definitely under the hood of a vehicle. That's where all the tiny screws are. And you're going to have multiple screws like that. A bunch of them that are going to be tiny little screws that you're going to be working all day with a regular ratchet wrench going back and forth trying to get them out. With this one, you just put it on there and pull the trigger and burp, it comes off. Or burp, and it goes back on. That's really nice. Not to have to do this all day and instead just pull this trigger and it goes in or out. That's fantastic. I'm really glad that I bought them. They work great. They save a crap load of time. So yeah, this one's really short going under the hood. You're going to get this in a lot more tight spaces. They have a full size, like this one, 1/4-inch drive air ratchet. Why would you buy it? If this is an option and it's $1 or $2 more, maybe I think it's $5 more for this one than the other regular 1/4-inch, why would you buy it? Because you know you're going to have it for tiny applications. You don't need a huge lever on there to crank down on it, because those fasteners are not going to have that much torque capability. You're just going to strip it out. Why would you buy an extra long one? Why do they even make them? When we found out we could make them this small, why do we still make the long 1/4-inch drive air ratchets? That's why I bought this, because it's a no-brainer. This is the one that you want right here, the short one for that size drive. For this one that you're gonna, scale up if you need to, or scale down and use for a general everyday purpose, this is the right length for you. With this adapter, again, sometimes you're not going to be able to fit it in every single hole. But if you need to buy one air ratchet, this is the size drive that you need right here. It'll do everything you need it to do, except for tiny little spaces. And, in that case, sometimes if you don't have the money or the right tools, you just gotta suck it up and use your ratchet, this one. Or if you can't fit this in there, maybe a custom little cut down combo wrench. I don't know. You can get the job done. You don't have to have fancy power tools. I felt sad because I didn't have them sometimes because it sucked. But you can work through the suck and get the job done. You don't need an air tool. Okay, so we talked about the different sizes in ratchet wrenches. There's a 1/2-inch drive. Why don't I have a 1/2-inch drive ratchet that is air powered? There's this tool, and you're saying to yourself, well, that's not a ratchet, that's an impact wrench. It says there right on the sticker. Matt, what are you thinking here? This is a video about air ratchets, not impact wrenches. Well, if I have to use an air ratchet on an application as something as large as that's going to get driven by a 1/2-inch, this size socket, I'm going to want some torque on there. More torque than I can get even out of this. Okay, if I'm pulling it off of there, trying to get it unstuck, or it's sticky, this isn't going to do it, and it's probably going to be too long to get it out in the first place, because they like to put those giant fasteners way deep in some crevices where you can't fit that tool. If I go to the full size 1/2-inch air ratchet, I mean, it's probably just the tool up to here is probably going to be out to there ish. Okay, so this tool, much smaller, much higher torque. It has impact capability, which these air ratchets don't. They don't hammer the fastener loose or tight. Okay, this is just going to get it wrench tight, possibly. Okay, this is going to get it tight. For that big of a fastener that I would be using on here, this is going to get it tight, where I know it's not going to come out. And that's why I chose this one while I was shopping for impact wrenches to get in those tight spaces and still have some impact, force. That's why I chose this over a 1/2-inch drive air ratchet wrench. This is a much better decision than wasting the $20 on that tool, especially when this is a go-between, happy medium between the large air ratchet and a small air impact wrench. This is a perfect tool. It's tight. It's got the swivel air banjo bolt connection. The torque is adjustable with the air adjuster there. This is the operator. It's fantastic. A fantastic choice. Much better, more fantastic than getting a full-size 1/2-inch air ratchet. So that concludes this topic I hope that was helpful. So you guys don't go out there buying stuff you don't need, wasting your hard-earned cash. Feed your kids, pay your bills, buy these tools. These are totally worth it. That's all I have to say on that matter. Have an outstanding day. I'm out.